Hi everyone, it's me Sammy, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hope you're all having an amazing day, whatever it is you're doing. This is another meals I made this week video, guys, and my gosh, do I have some incredible dinners for you this week, including a pigs in blankets tray bake and a cheesecake cake as well, guys. It's super scrummy recipes. We're going to run through the overall cost of each of our meals, the point of view of me actually cooking it and giving you the recipe and the method, and also me serving it up and portion sizes and what you get for your money as well, guys. So if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and also consider subscribing down below if you haven't already. It would mean the absolute world to me. And let's strap in for some mealtime inspiration and see what I made this week. It's Monday evening and tonight I'm going to be making a fish and chip tray bake. I'll run through all the ingredients now and the cost of this meal. We're going to need some bread, which we're going to be serving alongside our tray bake with some butter. I'm going to be using a kilo of Maris Piper potatoes. I've got a couple of handfuls of frozen peas, 1 lemon, and we're going to be using 15 of these omega-free fish fingers. Altogether this comes to £2.93. Let's dive into the cooking. First step's to preheat the oven to gas mark 7. Now we're going to prep our potatoes. We're just going to cut our kilo of potatoes into wedge shapes and pop them onto a baking tray. Now we're going to toss our potato wedges with a couple of teaspoons of vegetable oil and season with some salt and pepper. And then we're going to pop these in our preheated oven on gas mark 7 for 15 minutes. Now our wedges have been cooking for 15 minutes. I've just tossed them about, and now we're going to add our fish fingers onto our tray now. And now we've nestled our fish fingers amongst our wedges, we're going to pop this back into our oven for 20 minutes. Now that's cooked for the 20 minutes, I'm going to add our garden peas to the tray now. And then we're just going to pop this back in the oven now for 2 or 3 minutes until our peas are warmed through. And then while our tray bakes in for the last 3 minutes, I've just cut our lemon into wedges, and I'm just going to butter a few slices of bread to serve on the side, so I'm going to get that done now. That's our tray bake all done. Now it's time to serve up. That is our Monday night dinner all served up, guys. We've got mine here with the bread and butter and a lemon wedge on the side to serve. Then we've got Tyler's, Liam's, and Ava's got the exact same tonight as well. We're going to go and enjoy this now, guys, and we'll catch you later in the week for some more meals. It's Tuesday evening, guys, and this evening I'm making a creamy penne pasta with bacon and broccoli. Let's run through the ingredients and the overall cost of this meal. I'm going to be using about 350 to 400 grams of penne pasta. I'm going to be using 150 milliliters of double cream. I'm then going to be using 1.5 of these sort of packets of lean smoked diced bacon. You can also use bacon lardons. I'm going to be using about 1/3 of this packet of frozen broccoli florets, a little bit of olive oil as well, and then we're going to be making our own sun-dried tomato pesto. For that I'm going to need some sun-dried tomatoes, dried oregano, some lemon juice, some cashews, a garlic clove and some parmesan. Very small amounts of all of those, but altogether that comes to £4.73. Let's dive into the cooking. First step is to make our small amount of sun-dried tomato pesto. I'm going to be popping all of our ingredients into this little food processor and pulsing it until it's smooth. So first up we're going to put in a few of our sun-dried tomatoes drained. Then we're going to peel our garlic clove and add that in as well, along with a teaspoon of parmesan and a teaspoon of olive oil. Then I'm going to add in a few cashew nuts, a splash of lemon juice and a pinch of dried oregano. Then we're just going to season this with some pepper and some salt, and then we're going to pulse it until it's smooth. That is our sun-dried tomato pesto all made. Now we just need to set that aside until we're ready to use it later. So now that we've made our pesto, the rest is pretty straightforward. So in a large pan of boiling water now, we're going to pop our pasta and we're going to cook that as per the packet instructions for 12 minutes. And we're going to be adding in our frozen broccoli florets for the last 5 to 6 minutes of that. I'm going to now heat up a large frying pan and we're going to dry fry our lean smoked diced bacon for about 10 minutes, and I'm going to use 1.5 of these little packets. That's our broccoli going in now for the last 6 minutes. Now that our bacon bits are well done, I have no idea what's happened to the bottom of my pan. I'm going to transfer these all into a bowl now and set that aside. And now our pasta and broccoli are finished cooking. We're going to drain these off in a colander and set those aside. Now into the same pan that we cooked the pasta and broccoli in, I'm going to pour the cream in now. We're using 150 milliliters of cream and 1 large tablespoon of our homemade pesto. Now of course you can just buy sun-dried tomato pesto straight from the shop if you don't want to make your own, but we're going to add
add the cream and the pesto into our pan now on a medium heat and cook that for 2 to 3 minutes. Now we're going to add our broccoli and pasta back into our creamy pesto sauce and the majority of our bacon pieces. We're going to leave some aside to garnish on top at the end. Now that's all stirred through, it's time for us to serve up. And that is our Tuesday night dinner all served up, guys. This tastes so good. This is mine here, Tyler's, Liam's, and Ava's got the exact same as us tonight as well. We're gonna go and enjoy this now, guys, and we'll catch you tomorrow for a dinner and a pudding. It's Wednesday evening now, guys. We've already had our dinner tonight, but what I'm gonna do is prepare our pudding ready for Thursday, for tomorrow night. So let's run through the ingredients and everything we need to make this. I've got a 500-gram pack of Black Forest fruits, frozen. We're going to be using a little bit of corn flour, some icing sugar, some caster sugar, some vanilla extract, some cream cheese, some digestive biscuits, a little bit of salt, and some double cream. That's everything we need, guys. Let's dive into making this. Now, to prepare our fruit, we're going to be putting our whole pack of Black Forest fruits into a saucepan, along with 100 grams of caster sugar, half a cup of water, and 4 teaspoons of corn flour. And we want to cook it until the fruit's sort of mashing up and the sauce is sort of bubbling and thick. And then once it's looking like this, we're just going to remove this from the heat now. Now we're going to put sort of 1.5 to 2 cups of this into a mini food processor now and blitz that. And the rest we're going to pop into a dish to chill until tomorrow. Now we're going to pop this in to chill in the fridge as well now until we're ready to use it in a moment. And this is going to go in the fridge until tomorrow. Now into a large mixing bowl, I've put 350 grams of cream cheese, 85 grams of icing sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt as well. We're going to use our hand whisk now to beat this all together. Now what we're going to do is add 2.5 cups of our double cream to this, half a cup at a time, beating in between until it forms nice soft peaks. And when it reaches this kind of consistency, that's when we know our cream cheese topping is done. Now we're gonna wrap our loaf tin with some cling film. We're gonna pop 2 layers of cling film in, and then we want some overhang as well so we can fold it over at the end. Now we're gonna layer up our cheesecake cake. Now what I'm gonna do is pop a layer of digestive biscuits on the bottom. I wanna keep them whole as much as I can. I'm gonna try breaking them in half and slotting them in, and then we're going to break up one into crumbs and fill in any gaps, just like so. So we've got a whole layer of biscuit on the bottom. Then we're going to top this with some of our cream cheese mixture. Then we're going to top this with some of our blitzed fruit mixture. Then we're going to top this with another really thin layer of our cream cheese mixture, and then some more digestive biscuits after that. And then we're going to repeat another layer of cheesecake, fruit, cheesecake, and biscuit. Now I might have slightly overpacked my loaf tin, but that's absolutely fine because we want as much dessert as we can get. Now what I'm going to do is wrap our cling film around the top of this now to keep it all secure. Now all we need to do is chill this until tomorrow. Now if you're making it the same day, it just needs 4 hours as a minimum to chill. I'm going to leave mine overnight until tomorrow evening, and then I'll be back tomorrow evening after dinner to take it out and show you exactly how to serve it. Also make sure you save any leftover cream cheese mixture ready for serving tomorrow as well, so that we can ice the edges. It's Thursday evening now, guys, and we're going to be making dinner, and we're going to be finishing off our pudding after dinner as well and eating that. Super exciting. For dinner I'm going to be making a root veg Thai curry with some rice. Let's run through the ingredients and the overall cost of this one because it's super cheap. Going to be serving our curry with some basmati rice, then going to be using some olive oil, some red Thai curry paste, but you can use green Thai curry paste if you prefer. Then we're going to be needing some coconut cream, a vegetable stock pot, a swede, and carrots. You can also use parsnips or turnip in this recipe. I like using carrot and swede personally, but we need about 750 grams of vegetables combined. Altogether this comes to £3.29. Let's dive into the cooking. First step in making this is going to be peeling and chopping our carrots and our swede, or our root veg, whatever you're using. That's how I like to prep my veg, so it's still quite chunky, but as it cooks it might be able to like sort of mash down a little bit as well, make the sauce a bit thicker. So that's how I like to prep my veg. Next step is to get my rice in the rice cooker. Absolutely love this thing. It cooks the rice absolutely perfectly, and then it keeps it warm until I'm ready to serve. Now into a large lidded saucepan, we're going to need the lid for later. We're going to pop 1 tablespoon of olive oil and about 1/4 of this jar of red Thai curry paste, maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons worth of curry paste. We're going to pop that into our saucepan now. Now over a medium heat, we're just going to cook the oil and the curry paste together for a couple of minutes until we can really smell those flavors flavours coming through. Now we're going to stir in our chopped vegetables and make sure they're all nicely coated with the curry paste. Now all our veg are coated, what we're going to do is add a splash of water in now. This is to help stop the vegetables sticking to the bottom of the pan and also to help steam them a little bit as well. And then what we're going to do is pop a lid on this and cook this for about 10 minutes until the vegetables are all softened. What we're going to do is stir it every couple of minutes, and if we need to add a splash more water to stop them from sticking to the bottom of the pan, we'll do that as well. Now that our veg have finished cooking for the 10 minutes, what we're going to do now is add about 150 millilitres of our coconut cream, our vegetable stock pot, and 750 millilitres of boiling water. I've given that all a really good mix now. What we're going to do is just let this cook uncovered now for 30 minutes. And then once our curry has finished cooking for the half an hour uncovered, we're just going to season now with some salt and some pepper as per our taste, and then it's ready to serve up. And that is our Thursday night dinner all served up, guys. We've got mine here with Tyler's, Liam's, and Ava's got the exact same as us tonight, just with slightly less sauce. I've sort of just picked out the softened vegetables, and she's got the rice on the side as well. We're going to go and enjoy this now, guys, and we will be back shortly for some delicious pudding. Now it's pudding time. We're going to be serving up our dessert that we prepped yesterday. We've got our spare cream cheese filling as well as our fruit compote that we didn't blitz. So what we're going to do first is tip this out onto a plate. Now we're going to take off the cling film, and now using our spare cream cheese, I'm just going to ice the top and the two smaller sides. Now the last step is just to drizzle on some of our fruit down the centre, and then we can cut and serve. And that is our cheesecake cake all served up, guys. You can see the multiple layers in the middle. It looks absolutely delicious, and let me tell you, it is so tasty. I've cut off quite a sizable chunk here. This is going to be mine and Ava's. I'm going to slice them up for the boys as well. Absolutely phenomenal. And if you guys love cheesecake, this is an amazing pudding to do for Christmas as a centerpiece. If you wanted to make a little bit more cream cheese filling to ice the sides, then you definitely can, but I used all my cream cheese filling in the middle, as you can tell. But yeah, guys, we're gonna go and enjoy this now, and we'll catch you tomorrow for a phenomenal pigs in blanket tray bake. It is Friday evening, guys, and tonight we're making a pigs in blankets tray bake. It's gonna be like an ultimate cheats Christmas dinner. So excited for this one. Let's run through the ingredients and the overall cost of this meal. We're gonna be using half of this pack of ready to roast parsnips, half a kilo of baby potatoes, 1.5 slices of bread, half of this pack of sage and onion stuffing mix, some gravy granules for me, a little bit of dried sage, half of this pack of smoked streak bacon rashers, this whole pack of 12 chipolatas, the classic pork ones from Asda. We've got some olive oil, some maple syrup, and some whole grain mustard, as well as 3 carrots and 2 red onions. Altogether this comes to £7.23, but so worth it, guys. Let's dive into the cooking. First step is to get a large pan of water on to boil. I've popped a little bit of salt into here as well. Then we're just going to prep our potatoes and our carrots. What I'm going to do is peel and chop our carrots into batons, and then what I'm going to do is pick the larger of the baby potatoes and cut them into quarters as well. And then once we've prepped all our veg, what we're going to do is pop these into the boiling water for 5 minutes until they're starting to go tender. And while they're just boiling away there, I've just preheated the oven to gas mark 6. And then after the 5 minutes, once those have finished boiling, we're going to turn that off the heat, drain that in a colander now. Now into a large roasting tin, what I'm going to do is pop our onions that I've just quartered, so our 2 red onions in quarters, and half of our ready to roast parsnips, just like so. And then we're going to add our drained potatoes and carrots onto the same tray as well. Now we're going to drizzle over a tablespoon of olive oil, and then we're going to season with some salt and pepper and toss that all together. Now we're going to roast this in our oven on gas mark 6 for 20 minutes. Now while our veg are roasting for the 20 minutes, we're going to make our stuffing balls and our pigs in blankets. So first for the stuffing, I'm going to take 1.5 loaves of bread, and we're going to tear that up into small pieces into this bowl. And then to our bread, we're going to add half of this sage and onion stuffing mix box, so about 85 grams of stuffing mix, and then a large knob of butter as well we're going to add to here. And then to this we're going to add a splash of hot water, and then give this a really good mix. And then our stuffing should be this kind of consistency, and we can mold this into stuffing balls now. I'm going to try and make about 8. That is our stuffing balls all made, and now I'm going to make my pigs in blankets. So simply taking 1 chipolata and wrapping it with 1 rasher of streaky bacon. That is our stuffing balls and our pigs in blankets all ready and made, ready to go on our tray bake in a moment. Now all I need to do is make our maple glaze to go on this tray bake. Now this is a super simple recipe. It's great with Christmas dinner as well. So it's 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and 2 tablespoons of whole grain mustard, 2 tablespoons of all 3, and then 1 teaspoon of dried sage. And that's all going to go in one bowl, and we're going to give that all a good mix together. That's our glaze all made. Now we just need to wait for these veg to finish roasting. Now our veg have been roasting for 20 minutes. I've just taken this straight out the oven. First thing we're going to do is toss all of these veg about. Now we've given them all a good mix up on the tray. What we're going to do is place our pigs in blankets and our stuffing balls on top of our veg now, just like so. And then what we're going to do is just pour our glaze all over the top. And then all we're going to do is pop this back into the oven now for 40 minutes, or until our pigs in blankets are thoroughly cooked through and our veg are all cooked as well. And then a few minutes before our tray bake is ready and out the oven, we're just going to make up some gravy. I'm using the Gravy Granules for Meat by Asda, and we're just going to make up some gravy as per the packet instructions to serve with our tray bake. That is our tray bake all cooked. Now we need to just serve this up with our gravy. That is our Friday night dinner all served up, guys. We've got mine here, Tyler's here, and Liam's over here. Gonna serve it up with loads of gravy now. And Ava's got the exact same tonight as us as well. So yeah, we're gonna go and enjoy this now, guys. And that is our week of food completed. That is everything that I have for you this week, guys. What was your favorite recipe? And let me know down below. Me personally, I absolutely loved the dessert, and so did the kids. And also I think our favorite was probably the pigs in blanket tray bake. Like, we just love Christmas food in this house. It's just so irresistible, and anything with gravy, I'm game. Absolutely loved this week's dinners though. All in all, they were all phenomenal. But yeah, I'm really dying to know which one was your favourite and what one you enjoyed the most. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for the love and support on my channel. It means the absolute world to me, and hopefully I will see you next week for another Meals I Made This Week episode. Take care. Bye.